Good morning, my beautiful and lovely friends. All right, so I just got done with an appointment. I'm at the Utah foster care office, and I just did my interview for potentially becoming a foster parent. I'm not sure when I would be ready to be a foster parent, but I know I'm interested in it, and it's something I'm leaning into. I've been looking into adoption. I've been looking into having a baby on my own, and that kind of led me to the foster care route. And they have a new office, so I went to the open house last week and sat in on their meeting and asked a bunch of questions. So here's some footage from that. So I am here looking into foster care just to get an idea of what it entails. I'm just here to get some information. So gonna go in and they're gonna have a meeting and they're just going to answer questions so I can kind of know what it's all about. The reason I found out about this meeting is I just started doing some research online and put my email in to get updates about foster care, and here I am. It was cute. I was sitting next to a guy and his wife and I asked them if they had adopted before, and they had. And then I asked him if he was going to adopt again. He's like, no, I'm just here for the food. So it was really cute. I got a chuckle out of that. That was a good one. All right, so the meeting was awesome. It was really informative. I had so many questions and I learned a lot. So I have an evaluation on Monday, and then if all goes well, I will take the 8 classes in order to get licensed as a foster caretaker. So I went into it not knowing a whole lot, and I came out of it way more interested than I even expected. I feel like I have so many resources now and a lot of support. So I'm looking forward to leaning into this and just seeing where it goes. Oh, and one other thing that really perked my interest. I went in kind of thinking I would want to foster a newborn because it takes a lot of commitment, energy, sleepless nights, and I know I'm up for taking care of a newborn. What I didn't know is there are a lot of LGBTQ kids looking for homes, and the lady told me that it's harder for LGBTQ kids to find homes around this area, so I would be happy to love on any child, and especially those who aren't feeling supported in the community. When she mentioned LGBTQ kids, I just felt very connected to that. So we'll see where this goes. I have no idea. I'm looking into it. I'm gonna take the classes, and I think once I finish the classes, I'll know whether or not I am ready to take the step into foster care. I'm ready for school. I got my Anne of Green Gables sleeves rocking today. I'm actually about to head out to an appointment. I'm looking into becoming a foster parent, so they are doing an interview before I can start my classes. But I have a half hour before I need to leave, so I'm gonna practice some music. Since music is one of my goals, like I'm resisting doing it more often. I don't know why. With music, it's just, I don't know how I wrote a song a day back in the day. Like forcing myself to show up to write a song just feels so daunting. Like I want to just get the inspiration, be in the moment, and then write a song. I'm gonna force myself to sit my bum down and just practice. I don't have to write a song, I'm taking off the pressure. I just wanna get a little bit better every day. So one of my students is learning Fear Release. So I feel like I need to practice it. So like if I can't play a song, I have no business teaching it to somebody, but is why I need to practice. All right, I got to run. So I just got done. The meeting went really well, and I'm gonna start classes in December. So yeah, I just did my interview and had a lot more stupid questions, but just learning as I go. It's something I'm open to, something I'm interested in, and that's my story. But I need to get home. I haven't even eaten lunch yet, and I'm starving. Do we eat leftover chicken soup for the 5th day in a row? I think we do. I think we do. Oh, what time is it? It's soup o'clock again. Oh, great. I love this time of day. I think I am kind of getting sick of chicken soup. It's been 4 days in a row now, and I think I'm good. I'm gonna cook up some chicken sausages for some extra protein. This day has gotten away from me. It says 4:30 on my clock, but it's actually only 3:30. Haven't changed my clock since daylight savings. I could do it right now, but no, don't want to. She's hangry and she's Grace. By the way, I'm so excited. All my jeans fit again, just after a couple weeks workouts. I can zip up my jeans, baby. I wasn't that out of shape, but you know when you start feeling your jeans getting tight, that's when I know it's time to do something about it. Like, we've taken enough I deserve this rest days. And it's time to get our butts in shape. Well, I'm just gonna sit here and stare into my cauliflower and no, I'm actually looking forward to it. But I feel like you guys are gonna judge me because I've eaten the same meal for the last 4 days straight. I feel like you're gonna find me disgusting. So I just pretend I'm not looking forward to my chicken soup. I thought I had gotten over my people pleaser personality. I don't think being a people pleaser is something you actually recover from. I think it's just something you have to be aware of. Like, it's how you're wired at a certain point, you know? I think change is possible and change is inevitable, but then sometimes I catch myself, I'm like, why did I just say that? Why can't I just be like, yeah, I eat chicken soup 5 days a week, deal with it. But the reality is most of you probably didn't even have that thought about the chicken soup. And so now I'm just having an entire conversation with myself about the chicken soup. Is anyone here still watching? Are we? We'll change the subject. Anyway, that's my chicken soup story, and I think I'm gonna make like 3 of these. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything today. I've had some proteins though, because I've taken my collagen this morning. I've been taking creatine, and I feel like it's helping my brain power. I've also been taking fish oils and stuff. So I don't know what combination of the concoctions that I'm taking, but I've been having some pretty bad brain fog the last 6 months, like ever since surgery, and I finally feel like that's clearing. So I don't know if that's the creatine or what. I'm also taking, what is it called? I always want to call it turkey tail. It's the other mushroom. Why can't I lion's mane. I should remember that. I'm a Leo. Lion's mane is apparently really good for ADHD and good for your brain health. Anything that will help my neurons fire. That's the foods I want to eat. Okay, so I'm trying to decide if I will be a good fit for foster care. And in my interview, I asked all sorts of questions, and I felt like I wanted to be even overly honest in my interview, because if I'm not a good fit for foster care, I don't want to be a foster parent. But if I am a good fit for foster care, I do want to be a foster parent. I have a stable home. I know I have so much love to offer. But one thing I did tell him is I'm pretty eccentric. Like, I have instruments all over my house. Okay, I have a wig wall. I don't know if the state of Utah is cool with sending kids to a place that has an entire wig wall. So I'm just kind of assessing my surroundings. I try to imagine as a child walking into a house and what do you need to feel safe, to feel comfortable, and probably a wig wall would be like, what the actual heck is. What is this place? That might be actually kind of scary to a kid. I don't know. But I was thinking about putting an air conditioner in my garage and then just locking off my garage and having my garage be my influencer, the musical stuff. And then that would open up the bedroom. So I don't know, I'm considering it. I feel like I'd be ready for foster care in about 6 months to a year, if I'm being realistic about it. And I'll have time to figure out if that's the route I want to go. I'm also looking into getting myself checked to see where I'm at, see how many eggs I have, see if I can do egg retrieval, looking into artificial insemination, all the things. But as far as foster care goes, that's an entirely different thing, because the goal with foster care is not to adopt a child, it's to be a safe place for a child while their parents are figuring out their situation, so the child can end up going back home. And you're there to like support not just the child but the family too. Like, you know, you don't want to like pretend you're the child's mom. You just are a safe place for a child to land when their home environment isn't as stable as it needs to be. So I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, I knew zero about foster care. But the more I get to know about it and the more I learn how many children are in need just in this area, I'm kind of dumbfounded. I did not realize there was such a need for foster parents. So I'm just learning information about it, leaning into it, and I'm really hungry for soup now. So to go. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, I also told him I'd do like SNL style skits online. I don't know if that disqualifies me because they are like catered toward adults. I don't think that would be a problem unless I had teenagers in the house, because teenagers have access to YouTube a lot of the times and they might be able to look it up and they'll know my name. Like younger kids obviously wouldn't know anything about it, but so I just asked him about that. He didn't seem to think it would be a problem. So all I know is I'm working with the foster care system to see if I'm a good fit for being a foster parent. So we'll see. And in the meantime, speaking of Influencer the Musical, I have about 60% of an episode filmed and almost edited. So I'm gradually, slowly over time working on a new episode. It should be good. Yeah. What was I doing? Oh, soup. Right. Soup. It's 4:44 on my clocks. And this is my first meal of the day. Sometimes I make elaborate meals. Sometimes I chop up chicken sausage and have leftover soup. Proteins, veggies, and more proteins. She's not fancy, but she gets the job done. Why is it 4:30 and it feels like 100 o'clock? Like I already want to go get cozy in my bed and it's a little chilly in here too, so I just want to like snuggle up. If you're a woman, you know there's like 1 or 2 days a month where you're just like, I just want to be horizontal, and today is one of those days. So I need to edit a video, but I might as well be cozy in my bed while editing a video. I also have a bunch of busy work to do with the foster care stuff. There's a bunch of paperwork to fill out. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos. I just want to know what I'm getting into and know if it's the right fit. So I mentioned this in a video the other day, but I was really surprised to learn that single people can be foster parents. I thought they would require a person to be coupled just to have that support system, but you can do it as a single person. And actually one of the women answering our questions the other day, she is also a single foster parent. So it is possible, people do it. And for me, I just want to make sure that I have a solid support system. I'm really grateful to have such good friends here, but I want to be able to provide a tight-knit community for a child. So those are things I'm looking at over the next 6 months. I want to get a better car. That's one thing I would like to do. I also need to make sure my home is safe. It depends on the age of the child, but there's a checklist of things you need to have. You need to have a fire extinguisher. Anything like alcohol or that's adult related needs to be locked up. Probably things like matches and lighters and stuff probably need to be locked up. I don't know. That's what I need to learn. That's what I need to find out. So I'm just sharing what I've learned so far in case any of you are interested in becoming a foster parent yourself or just interested in the process. It's been kind of fascinating for me to learn. I thought foster care was mostly people looking to adopt, but that's the wrong mindset to go into it with. The ultimate goal is to get these kids back to their birth parents. That's going to be, hopefully the healthiest situation for them to be in. Not always, but hopefully. And again, I was probably overly honest in my interview. That's an ADHD thing. And he asked if I had any mental illness, and ADHD is not a mental illness, but it is a neurodivergence and something I've been managing. So I just felt like it was important to tell him all that stuff. He asked me questions about my family history a little bit. I don't have any family out here, but I have people out here that I would consider family. So that's great. I have Skylar, I have Andy, his family is amazing. I have some friends that are awesome people and have wonderful families themselves, but I just want to get a little more solid before I'd consider bringing a child into my space, into my home. But I've been falling in love with the idea of it. Now, I just want to make sure I'm in love with the reality of it, because you don't want to overcommit to something, especially when vulnerable people, children are involved. You definitely don't want to overcommit and underdeliver. You want to do the opposite. So I also want to set up the bedroom so it's good to go. I want to have a couple sets of sheets so they can kind of pick out their room. I want to have money set aside so I can take the child out and have them pick out a squishy or, blankets or just something to make them feel comfortable and like they have something of their own and they can make the bedroom their own safe space. So I just want to make sure that I can provide the type of lifestyle that I want to provide to a child. I'm also considering, what it's going to be like when you do get attached to a child and then they go back to their parents. That's going to be a hard thing, But if you can make a difference in a child's life like that and give them a safe place to go, even if it's only for a little while, I think that's worth it. I don't know. I'm really considering this, but I'll know a lot more in December because I have an appointment to get my fertility check and see what's going on there. It's crazy because ever since my surgery, I've been feeling like a roller coaster of emotions every month, or more like a roller coaster of extreme fatigue, and then I feel great, and then extreme fatigue. And this month, I haven't felt that at all. I feel fine. It's right around the time that I would be or should be crashing, but I feel completely normal. So I wonder if the creatine's helping. I don't know. Apparently it's supposed to help with like menopausal symptoms and brain function and stuff like that. I can't imagine it would have kicked in within the week I've been using it, but who knows? So yeah, just doing my part to take care of my body. I want to make sure my health is really, really good if I'm going to bring a child into the home, because you know, you drop them off at school every morning, or if you have a younger child, you might be up in the middle of the night with them and be lacking sleep and just overall be a little exhausted and run down. I mean, that's the nature of having kids. I want to make sure that my health is tip-top shape going into it. So there's a lot of things I'm considering. I want to make sure I'm a good fit for foster care as much as my home is a good fit. And I know I have the love to give. I have a big heart for children who have gone through traumatic stuff in their families. And I have a lot of love and empathy to give them. And yeah, would love to provide a stable environment. Just want to make sure that that's what I'm actually giving them. So a lot to consider, taking the classes, asking lots of dumb questions. And I'm also going to see if I can somehow, like right now, I have all day, so I kind of take all day to do these videos. Like I spend like 12 hours a day on these videos, but I want to see if I can condense that into 6 hours. So if I have an infant, I can film during their nap time. If I have a school-aged child, I can film while they're at school, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna test it out the next couple of months and see if I'm capable of doing that, getting my work done within that amount of time, or switching up the style of the videos or something. We'll see. But yeah, that's my story. Let's see. I want a snack. If you guys can find some organic cherries, the sweet ones, get yourself some. I've been loving snacking on these or putting them on my yogurt with some almonds or nuts. I actually went to the store yesterday to get more and they were out. So this is my last little bit until I can find more. I like to let them melt a little bit. They're so good. With some yogurt, some honey, and some nuts. But I'm just gonna eat them like this because I'm still kind of full from lunch. I had a really late lunch. I don't even know if I'm gonna eat dinner tonight. I ate such a late lunch, but I'm gonna make it super cozy in here. Gonna turn on my little fireplace. How cute and cozy. Some candlelight. Yes. Yes. And I always set it for 2 hours. 2 hours. That way, if I forget about it, my batteries don't completely die. I'm gonna make a green tea. Jasmine green tea is my favorite tea ever. A little bit of honey and cream. It's perfection. Oh, it's so lovely. Yes, I am going to snack on sweet cherries on cream-colored sheets. I like to live dangerously. Oh my gosh. This room, the vibe in here is so nice. This camera doesn't even do it justice, but it's so dang cozy. Got my projector. I'm just gonna watch a show and do some busy work for a couple hours. But anyway, if you made it this far in the video, write foster care in the comments down below and I'll write you back. And if you have any tips on foster care or questions about foster care that I could ask and relay back to you, let me know in the comments. I would love to open up a conversation with you guys. Or if you're like me and hardly know anything about foster care and are just curious, let me know where you stand on the subject. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, share it with your friends. We'll see you tomorrow for week 2, day 3 of our Christmas Squish 6-week challenge.